Tell me about your life before the diagnosis and everything. What life was like back then for you guys?
I'm a nurse, and I've been a nurse now for 11 years. And my husband is a firefighter with the Kansas City, Kansas Fire Department. We got married about 11 years ago, and about a year after that we started our family. Had our daughter Adelie. 3 years after that had our son Abram. So we had our daughter, we had our son, and we had great careers that we loved and really had kind of the perfect life here in Kansas City.
What happened with Abram's development to make you think maybe something is delayed or maybe something is not progressing?
He wasn't saying a whole lot, just one or two words. He played by himself a lot. He was very distant. He wouldn't look you in the eyes. It was almost like he was lost. We eventually went and we had him tested. That's when we got our diagnosis. March of 2016. He was a little over two and a half years old.
That's really a crushing day to know that your child has autism. You'll never forget the day and where you were that it happened. My name is Ron Johnson. I'm the Executive Director of the Kansas City Autism Training Center. It's almost hard to believe there was a time before autism. A number of years ago, back in '87, there really wasn't a lot of opportunities in the Midwest to have treatment for kiddos that were on the autism spectrum. In our area, there really was nothing. So we started a home program. As we were going through this process, I thought it would really be a great idea if someday we would have a center.
I've been in the Marine Corps. I run into burning buildings for a living. Been in a lot of scary situations, but nothing scared me like the diagnosis of your child having autism.
Studies show that ABA, or Applied Behavioral Analysis, is the best thing for children on the spectrum.
We love our children. We want what's best for them, and we're going to do whatever we can, whether it's fall on a grenade or sacrifice our health. It's a really difficult position to be put in. There's really nothing you can do but try to find the best treatment, and I believe we did in Kansas City Autism Training Center.
What we did was we put together an idea of a model home for autism.
I got in contact with a guy named Scott Bourne. It was 8 o'clock at night on a Wednesday night, a couple days after the diagnosis. He told me about the center he worked at, also told me that there's no space for us, but he stayed on the phone with me for probably 2 hours. And it was very emotional. I felt a connection with him. He just really helped me out in a time of need. That was kind of our journey, our first introduction to Kansas City Autism Training Center. We pretty much got on a wait list, and then 6 months later we got a call that there was a spot available.
The people that we hire have good hearts and are also interested in the science of applied behavior analysis, which is the treatment that we use at the center. It's really their efforts and their hearts and passion that have translated into the success of the center and the success for many families.
We called everybody we could think of, and everybody said KcATC is the place to go. If it was my kid, I would try to get into KcATC.
Our staff go to great lengths to really assess not only the child, but also the family and what their needs are.
When we toured KcATC and we got to see what ABA looks like firsthand, the charts that they keep and the record that they keep on the kids and the progress that they're able to see these kids make, I mean, we just knew in our heart of hearts that there was no way there was going to be anything but KcATC for Abram. We immediately felt the home environment that is there. Being able to be invited to be part of their school and their program was really a dream come true. Like a weight just lifted off our shoulders, because I just knew if we could just get into KcATC, Abram was going to be okay. Fast forward 3 years later, I mean, I wholeheartedly believe that KcATC has made the world of difference for Abram.
Our clinical staff, they do such a fantastic job and they have such wide range of experience that they're really able to help our kiddos that are at the center go from point A to point Z.
For KcATC, I don't really know what Abram and our family would have looked like, because he did not want to be involved in the family things that we do. They were able to give us our son and help us navigate Abram and make him the best. I mean, we could hardly sit at the table together. Now it's just every day, that's what we do. We have family dinners together. Our son can sit there and say prayers just like the rest of us.
The autism from insurance companies doesn't generate the revenue that is needed to completely cover what it costs to serve a child. So it's really important for us as an organization, if we're going to go from A to Z, to be able to raise enough money to make sure that those kiddos have that opportunity to do that. And the only way that we can do it is by raising funds through our golf tournament, through our gala that we have, and also through our Target Autism that we raise money, and then throughout the year from different fundraising events. Those extra dollars that we receive are able to make a whole program and make it a successful program.
Early intervention is key, and every dollar we can raise, potentially, we put back in for another child that can get ABA therapy. It's that important.
95% of all the funds that come in, or maybe 90%, are going straight to the clinical piece of our organization. It's not an easy task, but because of our people that are so committed to this organization, we're able to continue to pull it off and make sure that all the kiddos receive the treatment that they need and that we're providing the overall program from A to Z.
A lot of doors were shut for us before they were open, and so no was not going to be an answer. I'm so thankful that we were able to take this avenue because Abram is so much better for it. Abram doesn't even know that he has autism. He may never have to know that he has autism because thankfully to KcATC and early intervention, Abram will, continue to have friends and have a prom date and go to college.
It's a family, it's a community. It's not just ABA therapy, it's so much more. We lean on each other and other families, and it's been a godsend for us.
And to think that somebody else would have to go through a diagnosis of autism and not be able to receive services like we have had, I think it's criminal. If we can all just give a little, we will get so much more. And not just donating here tonight, but petitioning for more insurances to cover ABA therapy. I mean, telling somebody, your friends, about what autism is and about this therapy that helps treat it. That's part of why we're here tonight, is because we are so fortunate and we want other people who are in our same shoes to be able to have what we've had.
We really do need the community support. So please donate. Please do whatever you can to help the families at the center and help us to provide a whole family and not just a partial family.
By being here tonight, you really show that you do care about children with autism and the greater autism community here in Kansas City. Thank you for your help.
Please raise money for my school, and now you know how to play slapjack. Wait, is it over?